Ladies and gentlemen, we just thought we would let you know that the special honoree for this afternoon and the distinguished company with him are now being conducted into this auditorium, and it will be a matter of seconds, maybe minutes. No, it isn't. They're already here. We're very happy to welcome them. So we shall proceed with our customary practice of inviting several to participate in the lighting of our ceremonial oil lamp. And indeed, our honoree, the President, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, Mr. Sanjaya Bandara. Then, too, we would like to invite Mr. Manil Jayasinghe, the immediate past President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. Then Dr. 𝗙𝗵𝗿𝗶𝗁𝗍, Director, Postgraduate Institute of Management. Professor P.D. Nimal, Dean, Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce, if he's here. Then, on behalf of the Dean, we'd like to invite Senior Professor 𝗕𝗏𝗔𝗍𝗶𝗍𝗍. Then, too, the Senior Professor Kennedy Gunawardena, of the, being the Head of the Department of Accounting. Emeritus Professor M.W. Vikramarachi, Founding Head, Department of Accounting. Then Professor Athula Manawaduge, the co-founder of the same department. Then Dr. Mangala Fonseca, retired Senior Professor, Department of Accounting. On behalf of the Registrar, we would like to invite the Deputy Registrar, Mr. Nalinda Dharmaratna, the Librarian, Dr. Nayana Vijayasundara, then Ms. Priyangika Chandradasa, who is the Deputy Bursar, representing the Bursar. Then Mr. Heshana Kuruppu, Vice President, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. Mr. Pradeep Amarvardhana, the President of the Alumni Association of Accountancy. And Mr. Chandima Prabhat, the President, Accounting and Financial Management Association. All those named cordially invited to draw up alongside the lamp and proceed with the lighting thereof. So, the lamp being duly illumined, we shall invite those that will occupy the head table to move into position, and certainly we shall invite Senior Professor Kennedy Gunawardena to lead the others to the stage, Mr. Sanjay Bandara, Mr. Manil Jayasinghe, and Dr. W.G.S. Callum. So even as everyone is moving into position and settling down in the room, we would like to recognize that there is, not present here, but linked electronically, a larger group elsewhere, unseen here, but hopefully they can see and hear us in this room. So this is what we say the virtual setting by the virtue of Zoom maybe, or the Facebook page or the FB. So welcome to all of those who are thus linked in. So even as we prepare to proceed with our agenda for the afternoon, there is yet one more ceremonial aspect that we would like to bring into the scheme of things, and we hope that everyone is now comfortably seated and able to see and hear. So the university anthem will now follow.
Sri Lanka Pinbar Randirani 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 සරසවි ශ්‍රී නාමය රඳවව් ලෝමුදුනේ හිත්කඩුවේ සිරි සුමගුල් සමිඳුන්
වැලිවිටියේ සෝරත බඳු යතිදුන්
විහිකල විද්‍යෝදය විදු බිමදුන් එළියෙන් දිවි මග සරසව් ශ්‍රී ලංකා පින්බර රන්දිරනේ ශ්‍රීනිවාස වූ මහා අගනගරේ ශ්‍රී ජයවර්ධනපුර සරසවි ශ්‍රී නාමය රඳවම් ලෝමුදුනේ අයුක්තියේදී විවාදශීලී
අසත්‍යයේදී විචාරශීලී
පියක් සභා මැද සමාජශීලී පියතුන් නීදය පොබයව් ශ්‍රී ලංකා පින්බර රන්දිරනේ ශ්‍රීනිවාස වූ මහා අගනගරේ ශ්‍රී ජයවර්ධනපුර සරසවි ශ්‍රී නාමය රඳවව් ලෝමුදුනේ විද්‍යා උප්පතං සෙට්ටා විද්‍යා උප්පතං සෙට්ටා විද්‍යා උප්පතං සෙට්ටා
So, here included in the spirit of the lyric of that anthem was about the Sri Namaya. Well, this event here has a great deal to do with that Namaya. And the resonance, in fact, is being taken by the Department of Accounting of the Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce of Sri Jayewardenepura University. So it is permitted, I think a little boasting might be good. Now we follow with a presentation on screen. It's an audio-visual presentation which tells you some that is needed to be said and learned about the Department of Accounting. So Enjoy.
This is the story of an academic institution built upon the platform of the wisdom of old and energized by a new vision. Almost 150 years ago, in 1873, a new gateway to knowledge and scholarship was opened with the setting up of the legendary 𝗦𝗿𝗶 a famed center of Buddhist and Oriental learning. It was granted university status in 1959 as 𝗦𝗿𝗶 University of Ceylon and was renamed the University of Sri Jayewardenepura in 1978. Having pioneered management education in the country in 1960, the Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce of the university was established in 1972. Within this thriving knowledge hub, the Department of Accounting was set up to produce a new class of graduates capable of addressing the accounting and financial management needs of the complex business landscape as it unfolded in the early years of neoliberalism in the country. It was a challenge to embark in this direction because it entailed acting contrary to the previously established order and which meant treading into uncharted territory. Having commenced operations in February 1992 with 2 founding figures and just 60 students, the department has grown to over 200 students enrolled annually, from those obtaining the highest Z scores at the GCE Advanced Level Commerce stream. They come under the tutelage and guidance of a body of competent academics consisting of over 15 PhD holders and a large number of those with professional accounting qualifications. The product portfolio of the department consists of the 4-year Bachelor of Science degree in Accounting, the core study program, a master's degree in Professional Accounting, a diploma program in Computer-Based Accounting, and an advanced diploma program in Computer-Based Accounting. All study programs adopt an outcome-based education model and student-centered learning methods. They are continuously upgraded to align with contemporary global developments in education and the ever-changing demands in the local and global job markets. All study programs comply with the Sri Lanka Qualification Framework, International Education Standards and Subject Benchmark Statements. From the beginning, the BSc Accounting Special Degree Program has been built on 4 pillars, which have contributed to its emergence as one of the most up-to-date accounting degree programs, not only in Sri Lanka but globally. A 2-year compulsory internship program in accounting and finance, information technology integrated accounting courses, life and aesthetic skills development as an integral component, English as a medium of instruction with business communication given pride of place. This enables students to experience how concepts, principles, and theories are practiced in the world of work. A melding of theory and practice, it covers a wide array of sub-disciplines including accounting, auditing and assurance, taxation, management accounting, financial reporting, and general management. Application of IT in accounting runs like a common thread in the degree program. There is a strong flavor of IT in its various forms throughout the study program. Development of life and aesthetic skills plays a pivotal role in the Department of Accounting. This is largely initiated and implemented through 𝗙𝗵, the Accounting and Financial Management Association, the student body of the department. Students carry out a variety of projects each year which unleash their latent talents and help make balanced young men and women. Students are given a thorough training in developing English language proficiency as well as in its use in effective business communication. Research, the search for new knowledge, is an integral component of higher education. Both the bachelor's and master's degree programs carry heavy components of research. In addition to guiding students in their research, the academic staff is deeply involved with their own research pursuits and publishing, both locally and internationally. The department was fortunate enough to receive large contributions in funds from the Asian Development Bank and the World Bank for capacity development, as well as for improving the relevance and quality of the degree program. Over the years, a wide range of corporate and public sector organizations have worked closely with the department, which have encompassed the signing Memorandum of Understanding. The services rendered by the Department of Accounting is not confined to its students, but extends beyond to the university system, national educational institutions, professional accounting bodies, industry, and the general public. The jewel in the crown of any academic department is its alumni. The number of alumni of the Department of Accounting exceeds 3,000 graduates who are gainfully employed both here and overseas and do provide yeoman service at their places of work and in the society they serve. A large number of graduates, having acquired postgraduate qualifications, adorn their respective organizations as high-ranking professionals, accruing honor and glory to the department. The Department of Accounting has played the role of pathfinder in many an educational endeavor in accounting for over a quarter of a century. With its sights set on going in search of new frontiers in accounting education, research and consultancy with an outward-looking approach, it will continue to light up the path for others to follow, and thereby be of service to the student community, industry and to society at large.
So that helps us to appreciate the raison d'etre, the rationale for this gathering here today and why it has taken on a particular celebratory nature. But of course, why exactly, we will let others share the particular significance that it has. So I'd like now at this juncture to invite the Senior Professor and Chair of Accounting, Kennedy Gunawardena, as head of the Department of Accounting and the de facto host of this event, to please come across to the lectern and help us appreciate the significance and obviously along with some words of welcome. Here's Kennedy.
Chief guest of this event, UGC Chairman, Senior Professor Sampath Amartunga. Guest of honor, Mr. Manil Jayasinghe. President of CA Sri Lanka, Mr. Sanjay Bandara and his family. Acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Pul Subasinghe. Director PIM, Dr. 𝗙𝗵𝗿𝗶𝗄𝗏. Director General from Treasury, Mr. Athula. Senior Professor Upatha, representing Dean of the Faculty. Deans of the other faculties, past President and Council members of the CA Sri Lanka, Registrar of the University, Librarian, Bursa, Head of Departments, Senior Professors, and lecturers, alumni members, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to warmly welcome you all to this special occasion where we are gathered here to facilitate Mr. Sanjay Bandara, the 26th President of CA Sri Lanka, who is an alumni of the Department of Accounting. This is a significant event for the Department of Accounting at a time that we have successfully completed over 30 years of our illustrious journey in the department. During this journey, we have achieved significant milestones, especially our passed out graduates excelled in corporate sector and government sector. And not only that, some of them have achieved highest position in the academia as a senior professors and professors. This was the visionary thought of the foundation led by co-founder and the founder, Professor 𝗕𝗏𝗏 and Professor Athula Manavaduge. As the department, we have achieved it successfully. Dear Mr. Sanjay Bandara, most of our graduates hold higher position as CEOs, general managers, entrepreneurs, and so on. And you are also one of them. This is the felicitation ceremony symbolizes this recognition of all our passed out graduates. Then why we are facilitating especially you? From inspection of the department, we were working closely with the CA Sri Lanka, a pioneer professional accountancy body. Over 90% of our students do chartered accountancy program while they are studying in the University of Sri Jayewardenepura and subsequently became its members, hence CA Sri Lanka and Department of Accounting working together in achieving common goals of improving the quality of the accounting profession in Sri Lanka. As a proud graduate of our department, you are the first person to be appointed to the prestigious position of the President of CA Sri Lanka. You passed out from our department in year 2000 and worked tirelessly in different spheres in various capacities and achieved one of the highest positions as a President of CA Sri Lanka, the apex body of the accounting profession in Sri Lanka. That is the reason why we have gathered here today as the Department of Accounting and the Alumni Association of Accounting to facilitate you. We all know that the Department of Accounting having a 30 years history. That is not a very big history, but it's not a small history as well. Within this 30 years period, we have achieved a lot, and right now we have a kind of challenges from the environment. We have to think about redesign the accounting degree program very soon. In your time, most of our alumni members knows that in your time you got a BSc Accounting and Financial Management degree together, accounting and finance together. But after restructuring of the university education of Sri Jayewardenepura, accounting separately, finance separately, we are giving 2 degrees now. Under this, sir, you have to come here. Here, sir, here. No, sir, you are here. No. Next to the Sanjay, sir. Thank you, UGC Chairman. You are with us. It's a great pleasure to us. And our council member also there. Thank you. Now, what I talk to you, the challenges what we facing, we thought that it's a good time to change the accounting degree in the different mode. Because you know the reason, the accounting degrees are quite old now, it's 30 years. And the industry asking something more from us rather than the accounting. Now in A-level, you remember that in your time we had only 4 streams, commerce and science and maths and arts. But now we have a technology stream as well. Now in the A-level onwards, I think we are getting a number of students, a very low number of students coming to the Faculty of Management, or who are doing commerce numbers are getting less. And in the other thing, in the overall as an environment, you know that technology, IT, computer science are booming and going more, and many young students who are good in everything, they also move into the computer field. Therefore, we are in a kind of a challengeable situation. I think everybody knows accounting students' numbers are going down, not only Sri Lanka, everywhere in the world. This is the trend. And all professional and universities like academic universities like us also, we are struggling to get the good numbers, good students. We need a good students to, to achieve the everything. I think like Sanjay Bandara, he came with a very highest marks in his degree, in his area, in his district. Likewise, a good numbers we really need. Therefore, Professor 𝗙𝗲𝗹𝗶𝗿𝗏 and our team, our department, we thought that to redefine the accounting degree, especially in the final year degree, accounting degree with IT, accounting degree with maybe accounting information system, or maybe artificial intelligence, or the forensic accounting. In that way, we are going to redesign. And the second thing, I think, you know that University of Sri Jayewardenepura is not only the university providing accounting degree. Other universities like Sabaragamuwa and other universities like 𝗬𝗵𝗿, Rajarata, they also providing accounting degrees. It doesn't matter for us because we have a quality degrees, but we want to get the recognition. From the world recognition, it's a good time to go for the world recognition, that is we call accreditation. And we are working with to get the accreditation to our degree program. That became a world recognition our graduates can get very easily. And the third one, I think, we have a very popular journal we call Accounting Panorama. Now we are going to index in that journal. Indexing means it's also world recognition. We want to get to the journal like Web of Science or maybe some other Scopus and all kind of a recognitions we want to get. In addition to that, we have a kind of a plan to develop some programs with treasury, with government accountant, and because we have a Master of Professional Examination master degree, we want to redesign those things also. You know, now the accounting for the academic world is little hard to survive without doing more changes, because the competition and the IT and some other kind of things also come in more. I think I really request from UGC chairman, if you can give the students direct entries to us, that means from the A-level onwards, directly come to the Department of Accounting, that's the great achievement. If you can do that one, I think we are really requesting from you. We had early also, I think this request, I think we would like to get that request again from you. Then, of course, now these are the kind of challenges. I think I need our dear alumni members. They always helpful to us, always they come and talk to us. Even though they pass out from very long period, but still they are coming to the department, still coming and listening to us. I think very good relationship we are building with our students. I think we need your resource, as a resource panel, your help, very, very important to the development of the accounting degree or accounting profession. Because we love accounting, we are not a practicing accountants, but we love, as academically, the development of the accounting education in our country. And I remember that finally in my Facebook, sometimes back, one of the students who mentioned very nice statement. This is in Sinhala. It says like that, I think this is for our alumni students, especially 𝗙පුර අහස යට. 𝗙පුර අහස යට හරි ලස්සනයි. අපි ඇඬුවා, අපි ඉගෙනගත්, අපි මහන්සි වුණා. අපි මේක හැරදාලා ගියා. ඒත් අපි ආයෙත් එන්න 𝗙පුර අහස යටට කැමතියි. That's the thing. I think we all welcoming you again and again to this university, this 𝗙පුර අහස යට. I think this is your place. And this is exactly what you learned, what you achieved. This is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you too, Professor Kennedy. And now it so happens that the acting Vice-Chancellor of the University of Sri Jayewardenepura would like very much to be present, but he's been prevented on account of needing to be present in Parliament instead. However, he has not neglected to present a recording and thereby participate in this event. So what we now have is his participation virtually, or should I say, pre-recorded.
Over the past 60 years, University of Sri Jayewardenepura has produced numerous amount of scholars who are now and in the past in key positions of various institutes of the private and state sector, marking another milestone of that process. Mr. Sanjay Bandara, who is a proud alumni member of the university and also the Department of Accountancy, has been elected as the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, which is also a very much remarkable occasion for the university as well, because this is the first time that a scholar of the University of Sri Jayewardenepura has been selected or elected as the president in CA. Therefore, I like to congratulate Mr. Bandara on his achievement, and also I wish him to shine the position with his capacity to elevate the conditions of the chartered accountants to a higher position in the country. And at the same time, I wish to thank all the academic members of the Department of Accountancy for their effort to produce such scholars who are climbing up in career ladder by their skills, at the same time by making the Jayewardenepura University so proud. Thank you.
අපුඩිය ගෙවන කමක් නෑ නේද? He's proud too. Yes, thank you very much. Now we have a band of students from the same Department of Accountancy who are eager to perform for you. And at the keyboard is a member of the staff, in fact, an instructor, a teacher. So we'll invite those that are now prepared to perform for you to go ahead and do that. So this is a special artistic intervention in the midst of our program. There we are. So we have a lecturer at the keyboard with the students. And this is a little outside of accountancy.
අපේම ලෝකයක් අපේම ලෝකයක් තියන්න ඔබ ඇතේ මට කියාකෝ ඉන්න මල් වානේ ජීවිතේ නිසල් නදී පිරේ දුරු නිසත් මලත් ඔබයි මගේ
Certainly performing with spirit, heart, and soul. How good. All students, or should I say, those from the Department of Accounting. How wonderful. So, perhaps we might need to underscore the fact that Mr. Sanjay Bandara is the first from the Department of Accounting of this university who has now moved to this position that he now holds as the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. But of course, there has been another who has done similarly, but not from the Department of Accounting, but from the University of Sri Jayewardenepura, and that's Mr. Jagat Pereira, who's also served as the president in the past of the Institute of Chartered Accountants. So yes, now we have yet another, but not necessarily of Sri Jayewardenepura, but certainly our guest of honor, immediate past president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka and managing partner of Ernst & Young, representing Sri Lanka and the Maldives. Yes, Mr. 𝗏𝗏
Chief guest, Dr. Sampath Amartunga, President of CA, Mr. Sanjay Bandara, Head of Department of Accounting, Dr. 𝗏𝗏𝗶𝗏𝗏, Vice Chancellor 𝗙𝗵𝗿𝗶 Deans of the faculties, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great honor that I am here today to felicitate Sanjay, our president. Just to sort of give you a little bit of history, my association with Sanjay goes back quite a bit actually. A lot of people probably don't know that, but it does. We initially came to know each other when both of us were setting papers for CA exam. So that's how my first encounter with Sanjay took place, and that was many years ago. Since then, we have worked together quite a bit for the common good of the institute. Over the years, I have known Sanjay. His ability to lead in many areas has always been a welcoming change in many people, which I sometimes don't necessarily know, but he had that unique knack of leading whatever was given to him. He has got involved in the institute on education, technical, research, national conference, annual report, you name it, and I think Sanjay has been involved. And in each of these areas, he has ensured that he excels in whatever was sort of entrusted to him. But I think his heart is towards education. In my association with him in these years, he's always looked at education, accounting from a CA point of view. Both of us was, I think, initially involved during past President Sujo Rajapaksa's time in setting up a syllabus. And I can remember I was chairing the committee, and Sanjay was helping me as deputy. He took it upon himself to find the resource people to help us to develop the syllabus. And in my view, I think we put up a groundbreaking or a big mind shift in the curriculum in the professional arena. We brought in this whole concept of learning outcomes, this whole concept of Bloom's taxonomy, which technically was not there, though the curriculums did address areas where you had to develop knowledge and competency. It was not probably linked as to where we were heading, and that was the first time we did that. And Sanjay played an enormous role in bringing that syllabus. And I can remember I was not in the council, and that was one of the times when there was a committee without a council member. And we managed to convince the council that this was the way to go in education, in accounting education. Another challenge we had was in 2020 when the pandemic hit us. I'm sure everyone will know in the university system as well, we couldn't do physical face-to-face examinations, lectures, whatever it may be. There again, my recollection was Sanjay jumped into the bandwagon, and he basically took leadership in converting physical examinations to digital. I think he gave the leadership. He immediately, we did a survey among the students, identified where the problems were, and we were able to, and I might say that we were probably the first to perform examinations online. The universities were involved in it, but I think we are the ones who delivered and rolled it out first. So the issue is that I can go on and on for a long time about his achievements, but he is one of those unique people who has, I think, the passion for education. And even today I'm in council with him. Everything he looks at that education angle, as well as developing that in order to enable the students and the youth of this country, to give them an opportunity to develop themselves into a professional. Now that is a problem for this country. Many people may know it or not know it. Professor Sampath is also here. So we have something like 190,000 students passing A-levels which means they qualify for secondary education. But the universities can offer maybe 30 or 40,000. Now you can do the mathematics, right? So we have, of the eligible people, we have quite a number which probably don't have opportunities for higher education. Of that, CA grabs, if you want to call it that, we accommodate about 8 to 10,000. Then there are various other things, NSBM, NIBM, all sorts of things. But you add up all the numbers, it won't come anywhere. I don't think it will even address 50%. So we do have a challenge in that, and that is where I think the universities as well as the professional organizations need to create that space. This is our working capital of this country. So we have to create that space, and I'm happy to tell you that Sanjay is someone who can lead that, and we have. During my presidency, he took on upon himself to create to uplift actually the sub-campus, so that the students of that campus, the environment for them is improved, and we can also accommodate these students or give opportunities to the young students who have the ability, because getting through A-levels is not easy, because from O-levels to A-levels it's about 50% success rate. So obviously we have people who have the capability, but we don't give them the opportunity. And creating that opportunity is critical, and I think if this country is to go any further, that has to be sorted out. The other problem it has to sort out is the employment. All these politicians, I'm not too sure whether they are really addressing the real problem. We have closer to 500,000 students or 500,000 people hitting the job market. Of that, a certain amount does O-levels, about 180 or 90 gets through A-levels, but nevertheless they are hitting the job market. But do we create 500,000 jobs? So that in itself is a problem, and we need to address that problem, and without addressing that problem, we can't get any further. One part of the solution is providing necessary education. So as I mentioned to you, a good leader sometimes has to have the right vision. They need to create and articulate this clear vision, and the vision means you need to know where you want to go. And I believe Sanjay has that vision. And for our institute, his vision will continue to provide that opportunity in giving our youth the necessary environment for them to gather the knowledge and the competency to move forward. Having a good vision alone won't help. You also need to have passion to execute that vision. And I haven't seen anyone other than Sanjay who has that. He is very focused. He knows what he wants to do. He goes and gets what he wants to get. So he has that passion, and one of the, I think, problems in this country is a lot of people have ideas, but I don't know whether they have the passion to deliver on those ideas. Then we need to also ensure that you have, a good leader needs to have empathy, and also the most important thing in today's context is agility. Agility being, it's not about a finish line, but it's a process of constantly gleaning new insights, improving and changing when necessary. And that, I think, is very critical. If it hasn't taught us that, the last 3 years definitely has taught us that. From 2019, this country is continuously going through challenges. In 19 we had the Easter attack, then we had 20 we had COVID, and 22 we had the economic crisis. So if you don't have the agility to shift gear as and when things happen, I think you're going to be left behind. And that's critical and vital. And that again, I'd like to share with you. During these times, a couple of years, I was the president, he was my vice president, he supported the whole institute in addressing some of those challenges. As I mentioned to you, education was one huge challenge. We did not delay or reduce the opportunities of our students for them to qualify or the education process to continue as a result of all these challenges we had. And that was greatly attributed to basically Sanjay's involvement in this whole equation. Over the years, I found him that when there are challenges, he jumps into it, takes responsibility, takes ownership, and ensures that we find alternatives and different paths to move forward. And that one of the key achievements I thought we had was this digitization of our examination. At that time, people said that it is not possible. You can digitize through multiple choice and things like that, but this was not that. This was written papers. So we brought in this proctoring system and whatever it is. It was not easy. No one had tested this out totally. In a sort of uncontrolled environment. Controlled environment you can do this, but in an uncontrolled environment, and basically we did that. So as I said, I can go on, but I'm not going to take a lot of your time. But just to share with you, it is hard to find someone who puts their whole heart into everything they do. Sanjay, you are one of them. With the amount of love and passion you show towards the profession and education, it's no wonder why you've been able to reach this goal. Congratulations on your outstanding achievement. And last of all, just to keep in mind, people who succeed are irrationally passionate about something. So thank you very much, and congratulations to Sanjay.
Words well spoken, and thank you to Mr. 𝗏𝗏𝗓𝗏. We're very happy that we have with us the chief guest who made it in time, namely the chairman of the University Grants Commission and Senior Professor Sampath Amaratunga. So we're very happy to invite you to the lectern now.
Good evening, Mr. Sanjay Bandara, Mrs. Bandara, and two young gentlemen, masters, former president of Chartered Institute of Sri Lanka, Director PIM, Head Accounting, Emeritus Professor 𝗕𝗏𝗏, our most senior, Professor 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗏, Mr. 𝗍𝗲𝗏 𝗍𝗏𝗍𝗏, also from the same institute, same chair, formerly, academia, and friends from private sector. I know 𝗍𝗵𝗿 here, 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗏𝗏, and Sujiva's company. All giants are here. Ladies and gentlemen, today is accounting day. For how many long years that we were waiting to see a child from us sitting on that prestigious chair. I started my career at business. It was 1990. Lost 3 years anyway due to civil problems. So joined in 1990. So next to me was Professor 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗏, we were together. Professor 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗁𝗃 was next to Professor 𝗭𝗶. Can you remember? Professor 𝗍 Pereira, and we were all together. And Professor 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗁𝗃, when he used to go to the washroom, used to take his all bags and baggages, take the key, he lock his room, take everything. So several times I have asked, Sir, ගෙදර යනවද? නෑ washroom එකට යන්නේ. Several times. Then one of my friends at business told me, don't you know, the A-level paper is in his bag. Yes. In his bag. That is why he used to take that like this whenever he go to the toilet. Then I think Athula, after his masters from Lancaster, came in 1992. Athula is 2 years senior to me at the university. Then he used to come every day, all the time, to meet Professor 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗁𝗃. So I asked, why Athula, you come all the way from public to business? No, we are trying to develop a proposal for a department. I asked, what is the department? It's accounting and finance. I said, okay. Then when Lalit comes from Houston, he also used to work with two of them at business. So like that, they have developed this proposal and launched in 1994 in a very small place. I can remember. I have witnessed the opening. I spoke to Mr. Jagat Bandaranayaka 2 days ago just to say hello. Sir, can you remember I telephoned you also maybe 2 months ago just to say hello. Hello, sir. He started talking education policies. I said, sir, I will call you another day. Yes. Yes. I will call you another day. Hope you can remember, sir. One evening, yes. Then, 1994, then I was given the leadership at this business school as the dean of the faculty from after Hillary's tenure. When I set the timetable for exams, I first set the faculty timetable on my own. Then I display this in the faculty huge notice board for comments from students. That is like, sometimes maybe funny, dean setting the timetable and asking comments from students, those who are going to sit for the exam. The main reason is this particular management faculty, they are doing so many exams. Some of them are going to Chartered Institute, others they are doing other accounting exams, CIMA, ACCA. Marketing students, they go to UK marketing and Sri Lanka marketing. And HRM, same. Some of them are going for banking also. So if I set a timetable to clash their exams, what will happen? We can't have people like Bandara today. People criticize me. You are going behind Chartered Institute. That is why you set your timetables, getting comments from students. But what happened? Students, they come. Sir, we can't sit on this date. Why? We have exam. Where? This place. But within the time given, only I change periods. I never extend. It's like a game of chess. I'm playing with my students. Somehow I managed to have an accurate one to go and qualify them. Wherever they go, qualify puta. Go. Go. Because we all know they bring rewards. Only in education you can bring rewards, not in other areas. Finally, I used to send the timetable to all heads of departments for their comments. So they take 1 week, 2 weeks, and return saying, no questions. All are happy. That is the way how we build academics and professional exams in a university. We wanted everybody to become qualified people. Qualified people. Then, Sanjeeva, this is Sanatana Sabha Sadme. We meet here, the Senate, the supreme academic body, every month meet here. We have 11 faculties, management, humanities, medicine, engineering, dental, so on. Everybody come here, all professors come here, sit here for negotiations. We don't simply give this place for other purposes. So truly, because you are one of our great sons, maybe VC given this place to have your felicitation here. Do you know how many times Atula contacted me? More than 20 times. Samanti? More than 25 times. Asking, are you sure? 24th, 3 o'clock. Can you come? Yes, I said, yes, I will come. It's in my diary. Then Samanti telephones. Are you sure? Are you sure? Then, last Monday, Atula said, we are not sure whether you come or not. Can you send us a video? I said, okay, I will prepare a video. To be honest, I was trying, but no time at all to sit and speak to a video. Right? So today, again, both of them contacted me. Then I said, no videos, Atula, I will come. Right? I will definitely come. So, they are your teachers. They are senior professors. They are giants. They have organized this for you. Very rare occasion. Very rare occasion. Chairman UGC won't get this type of sophisticated thing. Never. Yes. Never. Yes. Never. Right. Mangala sir, what do you say? Never. Never. But you. Because not that you have a soft corner to USJ. Don't do that. We have brought up you to this level, not expecting you to work with us. Think about others. Think about others. Help others. That is our policy. That is Department of Accounting. That is Management Studies and Commerce. Help others. Work with others. Right? There are so many places where you can help. So we are really happy as a university. I was the leader here for several years. When some students come and complain, timetable එක හදලා සර් අපේ exam දවස දාලා හරි කැත වැඩක් නේද කරලා තියෙන්නේ. Then I'm the vice chancellor. But I can't say anybody to change dates. I can't say. That is university. What I say, I am very sorry, my child. I am sorry. So some of the things that we have to think. Without that, we cannot move the world forward. We have to work with everybody. Everybody. So thank you very much inviting me, Atula and Samanthi, accounting department. I really enjoyed the function. Thank you, former President Mr. Manila, coming all the way. And a lot of friends are here, former presidents, and here also. Now he's no more with CISL. He's sending me thousands of notices from his own place now, former secretary to the institute. So we wish and pray Sanjay, you to become a giant in the field and work together for the betterment of people. And my prayers also to Department of Accounting to strengthen you all from 𝗕𝗏𝗏 sir to the bottom. I saw Sandaruvan was playing the keyboard. I interviewed him maybe 10 years ago. So he was speaking good English. And I said, I don't want first classes, chartered accountants. You haven't done anything, any extracurricular activities. Then he said, no sir, I can play the guitar. Right? Then I asked, what are the songs that you like? I can still remember. He said, one of the songs of Jim Reeves. So I said, we have to take this person. Then we don't normally ask this question, what is your school? The university, we don't ask that. We ask, what is your ESET score? And what is your island rank or district rank? These are the three questions we normally ask. But I asked. He said, I am from Royal, but Polonnaruwa. I can still remember. That is to honor him and the school. So we make great people like Sanjay. We are really, really happy. So if you invite me next time, if you get another person from accounting, I will come again. Yes. Thank you very much. Yes.
With much dramatic flourish and flair, we had the chairman of the UGC sharing with us many noble thoughts and ideas and emphases, and I'm sure Sanjay himself must be quite pleased that that's the way it has been and the recognition that has been forthcoming. Now, we do have a phone that's been left here and a call coming in. Okay. Yeah. So the chairman of the UGC, he was saying, is not treated very well, but he has plenty of yojana that is being delivered to him, and probably another one just now. Right. Now, as a mark of the esteem in which Sanjay, the former member, shall we say, an integral part of the Department of Accountants or Accountancy of this university, as a mark of recognition and appreciation, the present students have created a video presentation, an audio-visual presentation. So we'll just let it flow first, and I'll say who has been responsible. They've done the whole thing. This is their contribution to the event. So let's have the video.
When we are little kids, we all have hopes and dreams about who we want to be and what we want to do when we grow up. As time goes along, our dreams become more vivid and well-defined. For any advanced level student in the commerce stream, the dream is to get selected to the Department of Accounting of the University of Sri Jayewardenepura.
When speaking about accounting, Sri Lanka's premier accounting body, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, is governed by its council, which is led by the president.
Now imagine if I go back in time and tell one little boy from Kurunegala that he is going to ace this dream of getting into the Department of Accounting and go on to lead the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, this boy would be very, very proud.
Mr. Sanjay Bandara, we are really proud of you. You are indeed an inspiration to many of us.
Graduating with a first-class degree from our own department and going on to reach great heights in the corporate world, you, sir, have brought great pride to all of us.
I could only wish that I could count the number of lives that Mr. Bandara has touched over the years. He has been a role model, a mentor, a manager, and a teacher who provides guidance to countless youth to ensure that the profession is in good hands.
He shares an avid passion for teaching. He conducts lectures to undergraduates of universities and students of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, sharing his rich knowledge and experience. It is one challenging task to be a lecturer who is loved by many. Yet, he continues to win the hearts of his students day after day.
Mr. Bandara has been a pillar of unwavering support to our department. Apart from making us proud with all his achievements, he has always been there for us, extending his support, guidance, and insights with all the initiatives of the department.
Looking beyond his professional life, he is a great friend to all his mates, a loving husband, and a caring father to 2 young boys.
Mr. Bandara, we are extremely proud of all your achievements that you have made during your career, and we sincerely wish that you would continue to achieve greater heights and inspire many lives.
Indeed, 𝗕𝗵 Jayewardenepura and 𝗕𝗵 were the presenters, and they are part of the Department of Accounting. And the photography or videography was by 𝗙𝗵𝗿𝗆, and the video was created by 𝗪𝗓𝗔 Pradeep. So congratulations to all of you. You've done a good job in in an artistic venture of that nature as well, and was accorded to our special guest on this occasion. Now there's another aspect to this evening's celebratory event, and we have a citation. And in order to proceed with that, I would like to invite over here Chandana Ranatunga and Tusita Sirivardhanam.
Distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to read this citation on Mr. Sanjay Bandara, whom we have gathered here to admire and honor. Mr. Sanjay Bandara is the 26th President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, elected for the term 2022-2023. He served as a council member of cie Sri Lanka since 2012 and was the Vice President of the Institute for 2020-2021. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Accountancy and Financial Management from the University of Sri Jayewardenepura and a Master's degree in Business Administration from the University of Colombo. He is an illustrious member of the Alumni Association of Accountancy, Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce, University of Sri Jayewardenepura. The contribution of Mr. Sanjay Bandara to the field of accounting is immense, as is evident by his significant roles as a board member of the Confederation of Asian Pacific Accountants, 𝗙𝗲𝗋, South Asian Federation of Accountants, 𝗙𝗲𝗋, and the Sri Lanka Accounting and Auditing Standards Monitoring Board, SLAASMB. Moreover, he has made noteworthy contributions to our nation through serving as a member of the Governing Council, University of Kelaniya, and the Association of Accounting Technicians, Sri Lanka. Mr. Sanjay Bandara also holds key positions as a commissioner of the Securities and Exchange Commission of Sri Lanka, SEC, and a member of the Financial System Stability Consultative Committee of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka. Further, as a lecturer, he has made significant contributions to accounting education in Sri Lanka by sharing his vast knowledge and expertise with the students. His impact on the accounting profession has been noteworthy, and he is recognized as a key figure in the advancement of accounting education in the country. Commanding over 23 years of professional experience, at present, Mr. Bandara serves as the head of assurance at B.R.D. Silva and Company, Chartered Accountants, a member firm of Nexia International. He also serves as a director at Prime Land Residencies PLC. Mr. Sanjay Bandara hails from Kurunegala. Apart from his professional achievements, he is also known for his oratorical and debating skills, as well as his prowess as a swimmer during his school days at Mahasin Central College and 𝗙𝗲𝗹𝗶𝗁𝗵 Boys College, Kurunegala. His varied skills and experiences have played a major role in shaping him to be the successful individual that he is today. Dear Mr. Sanjay Bandara, we salute and congratulate you on your noteworthy accomplishments. We also owe a deep sense of gratitude for your unparalleled contribution in the field of accounting. We wish you good health and long life to keep pursuing your goals with even greater enthusiasm and determination. The Department of Accounting and the Alumni Association of Accountancy take great pleasure in presenting a memento to you in this important occasion. Now it is my privilege to invite you to accept this memento, which is a symbol of our admiration, appreciation, and bondage. Thank you.
So, it is of particular significance that Emeritus Professor 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗃𝗏, the founding head of the Department of Accounting, has seen it fit to read out a citation for one of his sons. So we would like to invite our chief guest, Professor Sampath Amaratunga, as well as Professor Vikramarachchi, Mr. Athula Manawaduge, the co-founder of the Department of Accounting, Mr. Manil Jayasinghe, our guest of honor, and Senior Professor Kennedy Gunawardena, the head of the department, and Mr. Heshana Kurupu, also who is serving as the Alumni Association's representative, to please now hand over that memento or token that Professor Vikramarachchi alluded to. So this is a special event, and may we say that those of you who are following this in different parts of the globe via the electronic links, you too are able to be part of this special celebratory event and the handover of this significant memento. Thank you very much, Professor Vikramarachchi, for the display of willing eagerness and cooperation with this ceremonial thing. Yes, so as everyone now resumes their places and seats, The moment begs for a response from our honoree, Mr. Sanjay Bandara, President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. So, Sanjay, will allow you to come over to this lectern.
Chief guest, Senior Professor Sampath Amarthunga, Chairman of University Grant Commission, Guest of Honor, Mr. 𝗙𝗲𝗹𝗶𝗃𝗃, Immediate past President of the Institute, the co-founders of our department, Professor 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗶 and Professor 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗀𝗆𝗺, and Dr. Callum, Director of Postgraduate Institute of Management, Senior Professor 𝗕𝗵𝗿 𝗔𝗰𝗔, Head of the Department of Accounting, Professors, Doctors, Past President of the Institute, Members of the Council, Members of Alumni Association of the Department, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to all of you. It is with great pleasure and gratitude that I stand before you today as the first president produced by the Institute, first president of cie Sri Lanka, produced by the Department of Accounting of the University of Sri Jayewardenepura. I would also like to recognize the presence of our keynote speaker, our chief guest, Professor Sampath Amarthunga, and guest of honor, Mr. 𝗙𝗲𝗹𝗶𝗃𝗃, and co-founders of our department, Professor 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗶, Professor 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗀𝗆𝗺, and all other distinguished invitees on this occasion. So let me also take this opportunity to thank all academic staff of the department, led by Senior Professor 𝗕𝗵𝗿 𝗔𝗰𝗔 and all members of the organizing committee for organizing this event to celebrate another important milestone in the history of our department. I never expected an event of this magnitude, but I believe that they organized this with solidarity for the Department of Accounting. 31 years ago, the co-founders of our department had a vision to produce good set of competent, employable graduates for the corporate world in this country. That was an era where most of the private sector organizations did not want to recruit graduates of government universities. That was due to various reasons. But amidst all these challenges, our co-founders could identify the skills and competencies corporate world expect from a graduate and develop a degree program called BSc Accountancy degree, incorporating 2 years of internship, and offered it for the students of this country from 1992. And I've heard and I'm aware that at the initial stage, there were many hurdles basically, or they had to face many challenges, especially in getting the approval for this degree program. especially with 2 years of internship. Further, so I'm aware that at the first few years, Professor 𝗏 and Professor 𝗙𝗵𝗶 had to visit many practicing firms and corporate organizations to provide internship opportunities for the students of our department. So this is the beginning of a successful journey. Over the last 31 years, our department has produced around 4,000 graduates, competent, capable, employable graduates. These 4,000 graduates include around 1,500 chartered accountants and many CEOs, CFOs, finance directors, director generals, and many other senior professionals in various organizations. I represent the 5th batch of the department, and as far as my batch is concerned, I can tell you all that the managing directors of 𝗙𝗲𝗹𝗶𝗿𝗏, 𝗙𝗵𝗿𝗀 and Canary Finance are batchmates of mine. And we have a partner at KPMG, my good friend Chamara, and partner at EY, Nayana, and partner at PwC, Vajira. And we have 2 deputy general managers of Bank of Ceylon, who I believe, right, so will end up being general manager or CEO of Bank of Ceylon in within next few years' time. We also have a director and 3 deputy directors at Central Bank of Sri Lanka. And as far as the directors are concerned, as I know, the next promotion is the assistant governor and thereafter the deputy governor and the governor of Central Bank. I believe that so our department will also produce a governor of Central Bank as well. And current president of CFA Society of Sri Lanka is a batchmate of mine, our batch top, 𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗏. And so we have a batchmate who represent CIMA in UK Council. And we have many finance directors and CFOs, including finance director at MAS, finance director at HEMAS, finance director at Pizza Hut, and many other organizations. This is only from my batch. There were 4 senior batches, in the sense I represent, as I did, the 5th batch. There were 4, batches senior to us, another 21 batches junior to us. In that 25 batches also, right, there are many graduates whose profiles were either equal or more. So we have already produced 3, or the departments have already produced 3 professors. Professor Samantha Senaratna, Professor Edward, and Professor Chandana Gunathilaka. And many individuals with PhDs. And many other professionals. If you take, I can see Mr. Suresh Gunaratna, Finance Director of DEMO, CFO of DEMO is a graduate of our department. You take CFO of 𝗕𝗲𝗄, once again, graduate of our department. Very senior officials at the Ministry of Finance, Treasury, the 𝗭𝗏, the graduate of our department. So likewise, there are many individuals holding top positions in the corporate world as well as in the public sector who are graduates of our department. So these are the profiles of the graduates produced by our department. So therefore, I believe that 2 founders of our department, plus all lecturers of our department deserve a recognition and appreciation. They have been part and parcel of success of our life. So therefore, may I request all graduates of the department to stand up and give a good round of applause for our 2 founders and all lecturers of our department. Thank you very much. From the day we are born, many individuals support us in achieving objectives in our life. There was no difference in my case. From the day I was born, my parents and my grandparents taught me good values and principles in my life. I am grateful for all of them, for my parents and my grandparents, for making me a good human being. So then I got into school. All teachers of 2 schools I attended shared their wisdoms with me, especially in subject areas, many subject areas, whether it be mathematics or the science or social studies, etc. And not only they shared their wisdom in subject area, they also helped me to improve the skills, especially the leadership skills and teamwork skills. And they also taught me good values and the principles in my life. I am grateful for all teachers who shared their wisdom with me or who helped me to develop my leadership and other skills during 12 years of my school time. But during my school days, unlike today, there was no proper guidance available for us, especially once we completed our O-level, as to what you got to do for your A-level. Nowadays, there are a lot of career guidance and other sort of advices available for the students as to what they should be doing for their A-level. But in our case, those days, similar mechanism was not available. So most of my friends after our O-level wanted to do commerce due to various reasons. It was said that commerce is not that difficult, and science and the maths are difficult. Nobody recognized arts. That was basically the opinion in the society, and the easiest one was commerce. So therefore, we'll do commerce. Right? Since most of my friends did commerce, I also did commerce. And but I did it well. I got good results, and I managed to get into the Department of Accounting of the university. That 4-year period, I got into the university in 1996, May, and passed out in 2002 May. Our examinations were held on time. And so we had our examination in May, and then results were released, so within 2 months, we had our convocation also in August. So therefore, within 4 years and 2 months, basically, we could complete our degree and, take the degree certificate and conclude everything. So there's a significant change in my life during this 4 years' time. I'll share with you a couple of things as to why I say that, significant change in my life during this 4 years' time. So the first year, we had a subject called business mathematics. So we had it on every Friday, 8 to 10. Lecturer was Professor 𝗙𝗵𝗿𝗁. We had it at NAT. Most of our friends, backbench, knows where we had this lecture. And we were supposed to be there at 7:30. Even though the lecture started at 8, we were supposed to be there at 7:30, where Professor 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗃 used to come and speak to us during that half an hour. He used to share his messages with us within first 15 minutes, and then the balance 15 minutes, basically grievance handling process. Basically he was listening to our issues. So he used to tell us, during the first 15 minutes, every week, every Friday, he used to tell us, he used to communicate us 4 messages. The first one, he used to tell us, okay, do professional examinations, right? He used to tell us, okay, do professional examinations, where he said, that time, we were the first batch, our degree was relatively new, there were no graduates available in the market, so therefore he used to tell us, okay, our degree is new, our degree is not yet known in the market, our products are not yet available in the market, right? So therefore, to secure internship in the market, to secure employment in the market, right? And due to various other reasons, he wanted us to start following a professional course, meaning in Sinhalese he was telling us, because it was the first year, first semester, he was telling us in Sinhalese, chartered 𝗕මා කරන්න. Right? Then we met him, when we met him, subsequently at the department, we casually, we used to tell him, sir, we are going to stop doing chartered. He was asking, he was surprised, he was asking why, what's the problem? So we used to tell him, sir, then sir, අපිට කිව්වනේ chartered 𝗕මා කරන්න කියලා, අපි 𝗕මා කරන්නේ නවත්තලම දානවා. He said chartered 𝗕මා කරන්න. He was laughing and said, okay, no, so we want, so you all to do chartered and 𝗕mā, in the sense, so encourage for us to do professional examination. That was his message, the first one. Right? Every Friday he used to tell us. The first one, second one, he used to tell us, business language is English. Whether you like it or not, business language is English. Therefore, you need to improve your communication and presentation skills. He used, basically he was telling us, okay, by Sunday, observe a newspaper and buy Oxford Dictionary. And then said, okay, read the newspaper. He said, okay, these newspapers will be sufficient for you all for a week, but for most of us, that one newspaper was sufficient for 3 months. Some cases, one year, right? Said, okay, read the newspaper with the assistance of Oxford Dictionary. And said, okay, he said, take another book, or textbook, and write the difficult words with the meaning. And if you all find it extremely difficult to understand, he said, okay, buy 𝗏 dictionary also, to understand the meaning. But he did not encourage, purchase or use of 𝗏 dictionary. He said, Sunday Observer to newspaper, the Oxford Dictionary. And then said, okay, write down the difficult word with the meanings and improve your vocabulary. And said, go to your room, close the doors and read the newspaper loud, so that your tongues will get used to pronunciation and etc. So therefore, he gave us a lot of advices as to how we should improve our communication and presentation skills. Third one, right? Third one, so we have our, the student association, 𝗕𝗲𝗻. So he encouraged us to get involved in the activities of 𝗕𝗲𝗻. He said, so this will give you all an opportunity to improve your leadership skills and teamwork skills. So that is why I created this 𝗕𝗲𝗻. So take part in the activities of 𝗕𝗲𝗻. Fourth one, he said, yes, so I understand that you all are doing your education up to advanced level in Sinhalese. So now you all got to read this degree program in English. So there will be a lot of difficulties, you all may be having a lot of issues. So whenever you all have an issue, please see whether you can speak to your seniors. I have already informed your seniors, senior batch of students to help you all when and wherever necessary, and go and speak to them. They will help you all to understand some of these contents, right? So if it is yet difficult, he said, okay, so why not you all go and speak to your lecturers. They will also be available for you all to assist when and wherever necessary. So those were the 4 regular messages given to us. Every Friday, we used to basically, listen this, right? Or hear this from him. So therefore, we were also a bit afraid, so therefore, I mean, in the sense, every week we used to, hear this from him. So therefore, most of us ensured that we started our professional education. We used to buy Sunday Observer. So we bought, Oxford Dictionary. We started, working on the instructions given by him. Right? Because we wanted to, go in the direction what he said. Right? A couple of other, the experiences of mine. Actually, the same first year, every Monday morning, 8 to 10, we had financial accounting lecture. 10 to 12, we had business communication lecture. Right? The Professor 𝗙𝗵𝗿𝗀𝗶𝗂𝗏 taught us financial accounting. The second month of the first semester, he started teaching conceptual framework in accounting. All friends are laughing. They know so they know it is a difficult topic for us to understand. It's very difficult, right? He taught several times, but again, yet so there are a lot of difficulties in understanding the topic. So there were certain days where, after the lecture, so we were not in the mindset to stay for the business communication lecture, right? Because it was so difficult, right? One day, myself and my good friend Sampath, so we both decided, we basically used to, so we decided, okay, today we are not going to stay for the business communication lecture, right? And then, yes, we had a tea from the Sumangala canteen, and then came to S2, but again I said that, okay, no, today is not required. So we started basically leaving towards the open canteen. Then all of a sudden, Professor 𝗕𝗵𝗿 appeared. Right? So we met him. He asked, because we were known to him, because most of the first year students were known to him. He asked, where are you all going? 𝗭𝗲 𝗟? We said, sir, we are going to open canteen to have a tea, right? Then now, 10:30, you all have a business communication class. He knew our intention, right? He took my hand, right? Come, right? You all can have tea later, right? He took myself and Sampath, right? And put both of us into business communication class, right? In S2, and went back to the department, right? Third month, when I was in third year, Professor Samanthi Senaratne taught us financial reporting. A lot of opportunities were given us for us to come and make presentations. So whenever the presentation opportunities were given, first she invite volunteers to come and do presentations, right? But unfortunately, I was not in that list of volunteers. So one day she came, okay, yes, she said, okay, so now the presentations will have to start. And all of a sudden, she came to me and said, okay, Sanjay, today, right, so we are going to start the presentation with your presentation, right? So I had no choice, basically. She took my hand, right? Okay, come, you start your presentation, right? So these are some of the extraordinary efforts taken. I took only a few examples. What happened to me, right? Few extraordinary efforts taken by all lecturers of our department in making us good, quality, competent, employable graduates. Right? That is why, right, department and all lecturers of our department has always been in our heart. Not only in mine, every one of our department. Whenever there's an issue, whenever there's a curriculum revision or whatever, right? So we require only one text message or a WhatsApp message from Professor Samanthi or Professor 𝗙𝗵𝗿𝗀𝗶𝗂𝗏 or Professor Kennedy. Can you all come and help us on this, right? Hundreds of the students turn up to the university and support the department in whatever the endeavor the department want our support. Because So we all are well aware that all lecturers went that extra mile, took that additional effort in making us good, quality, competent graduates and good resource persons to this world, or the corporate world. So therefore, as I said, so department and all lecturers, so most of them, I mean, in our case, still we remember so what they taught, still we use, some of the content that they taught. Professor 𝗙𝗲𝗹𝗶𝗿𝗂𝗶𝗃, now he taught us financial management in third year, right? And still we use some of these concepts he taught us in the business valuation and some assignment that we do in our firm. And Professor Lalit Samarkon, Professor 𝗙𝗵𝗿𝗀𝗀𝗃 and Dr. Callum and Senior Professor Kennedy Gunawardena, right? So they basically shared their wisdom and taught us, right, concepts and the principles, right, that are really useful, right, in your career as an accountant or as a profession. That is why they've always been in our heart. Right? So in addition to what they have been doing, for us, there are a couple of other reasons as to why Department of Accounting and Department of, University of Sri Jayewardenepura has always been in my heart. There are many other reasons. One is I met my wife also from the department, right? She was also a batchmate of mine. And even though we both are from the same city, in the sense, the same district, Kurunagala, but I met her from the university. Then the second one, I completed my degree, as I said, in year 2000. In 2003, the senior lecturer, Mr. Udeshanta, invited me to come and do a guest lecture for one of the modules he taught at the university. I accepted the invitation because, as Mr. Jayasinghe said, education and academic, interest had always been there in me. So therefore, I accepted it. I came and, did one session in 2003. And then 2004 also, he wanted basically me to come and help, come and do the same session for the students of the department. That also I did. And then in 2005, Professor Vikramarachchi and Mr. Udeshanta invited me to come and take up a module. So there was a curriculum revision and new subject was introduced in the final year. So they wanted to take up a module in the final year of the department, in the sense, for the final year students of the department. I accepted the invitation and I started teaching at the department as a visiting lecturer from year 2005 onwards. And then actually from 2005 to year 2019, almost 15 years, I had been teaching at the department as a visiting faculty member. Into a latter part of 2019, I informed Mr. Udeshanta and the head of the department that I might not be able to continue because I was ready to, that time, take up the responsibility of the institute as a vice president. I said I might not be able to continue for the next 4 years, but thereafter, if you won't, I will come and, help. So I stopped it in from 2020, but I continued from 2005 to 2019 at the department. And then 2017, Professor Chandana Gunathilaka basically introduced me, to the Department of Accounting, in the sense, there was a requirement for a visiting lecturer, or in the sense, a person from the industry to teach advanced auditing paper for BCom students. The head of the department had communicated him, he being a chartered accountant, introduced someone good to basically teach the particular module. He asked, he was 1 year senior to me at the university as well as a firm, and he said, Malli, can you do this? I said, yes, I will do it, right? And then, I basically accepted once again the invitation to do the, or teach advanced auditing for BCom students from 2007. And one semester I taught for the students of the accounting department, and other semester I taught for the students of the BCom department. So every week I used to come to the university. Right? So one semester for the accountancy students, other semester for the BCom student. So there again, I continued till 2019. Likewise, I used to come here on a regular basis, and in 2015, the wife Tanuja started working here at the university in the finance division. So since then, I used to come here like, twice or thrice a week, either to drop her or pick her up in the evening. So they have been regularly, coming here to the institute, to the university, and university has always been my second home. And then, as I earlier said, from 30 onwards, we were required to start our practical training. Right? So during, in the sense that at the beginning of third year, we were sent for the firms, for interviews, and I was sent for the 𝗕𝗏 Silvas, and I was selected as a trainee there. And I actually mostly worked for Mr. 𝗕𝗏𝗷𝘆, the senior partner. And once again, there, the first 3 months, it was very difficult for us, even then, in the sense, first 2 years we were studying at the university, and then managing, because we had to go for, we basically were working during the weekdays from 8 to 4:30 or 8 to 5, and then we had our lectures from 6 to 8. So managing affairs during the first 3 months were very difficult. But later on, we got used to it, and we could manage everything. And even at the firm, I saw that, especially our senior partner insists, Professor 𝗕𝗵𝗿 always the quality, right? And I can still remember a couple of good examples where there were certain instances where I used to write letters for our clients, right? We used to, we were required to write some letters for our clients, right? And there were certain assignments directly handled by the partner without a manager, right? And we used to write letters, those days computers were not available. I'm referring to 98, 99 period. And we used to basically write the letters and, take the letters to him, right? And then he glances to the letter, says, bad English. He doesn't say anything, anything else, says bad English, rewrite, right? And we take the letter and go back and consult our seniors and managers and etc., rewrite the letter and come back, maybe the same day or the following day. And then he read the letter once again and, highlight 1 or 2 sentences, and he rewrite those sentences. This is not the business writing, or this is not, this message is not properly communicated to this particular sentence. This should be written like this. He rewrite, two sentences or 2 sentences only. Then return it to us, okay, rewrite the letter and come back. Those days, the Google and etc. for, spelling checks and the grammar checks were not available, right? So we used to then consult managers and various other people and then rewrite, right? If you are good, you can get the approval for the letter in 5th time, right? There are many instances where, 7 times, 8 times, 10 times, basically, you got to, rewrite the letter, right, to get his approval. Same, kind of training was given even in getting the approval for audits, right? They were insisted on the quality, right? That was the kind of training that we got. In addition to that, one other important actually training we got, right, during our time. So all the trainings were required to report to the report to the office 3 o'clock on every Friday. We had a training session where managers and the seniors were also given an opportunity to make presentations, mostly on the technical subject and some other cases on some other general subject as well. So therefore, we also, as a senior or as a manager, also got some opportunities, to come and make presentations for your colleagues or for the junior staff members or the senior staff. That basically helped us to, improve our presentation and communication skills. But in addition to that, the difficult part of the story was we were required to maintain a document called professional diary, right? Professional diary, where every day we were required to write. Every day we were required, we got to maintain a booklet called professional diary. We were required to write every day the work that we did plus the skills and competencies we develop, right? That was a very tough task, right? But again, we were required to do. And then, after 5, as I said, 3 to 5, we had our lecture, right? After 5 o'clock, we were required to go and meet him with that book, right? We were taken on an individual basis. He used to read it, right? And correct the grammar mistake, English mistake, and etc., and, ask some questions in some instances. That was a kind of a guerrilla training, right? Because, intention was very pure, right? Basically, to support us, to improve. One is, to check whether we are focused on our work, right? Second one, to ensure that we improve our writing skills, or the communication skills, right? And, we were, in certain days, we had to wait till about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the evening, but we were given food, we were given traveling, and etc., right? So that mechanism also helped most of us to improve our communication and presentation skills at the firm. So therefore, as far as I am concerned, my writing skills and the communication skills to improve my communication writing skills, he also contributed a lot. Not only that, for my success, as a partner or as a president of the institute, Mr. 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗆 and Mr. 𝗕𝗍 and Mr. 𝗵𝗿, they also contributed a lot, for my success. So then, get into the institute. I completed all my examinations at the institute in 2001 and got the membership of the institute in 2002. And first, I got an opportunity to work as a member of the training committee when Mr. Sujitha Rajapaksa was the chairman of the committee. And I was a very junior member, but again, based on a telephone conversation Mr. Pearson had with him, basically he gave me an opportunity to be a member of the training committee. And basically I started working at the training committee, and that is the committee where I have been working for quite a long period. I think from 23 to almost 2020, I had been a member of the training committee. And when in 2004, we got a letter from the institute. Asking for us to submit our CVs if we wish to take part in paper setting in the first 2-level examinations of the institute. All members got this letter. I felt that, okay, yes, good opportunity, right? What I did was, yes, I sent an application. Then after a couple of months, I was called for an interview. Then examination director, Mr. 𝗏 interviewed me. Right? So after that, he had a conversation with our senior partner. Also by that time I was a partner in 2004. And finally he gave me an opportunity. He said, okay, Sanjay, fine, right, we will give you an opportunity to work for the examination. First level, in the sense, first level of the examination of the institute. He said there are 2 other, examiners for this particular paper, right? There are 3 examiners, there are 2 other senior members, right? So he told me the names of the 2 members. They both are here, right? Mr. 𝗦𝗿 𝗍 and Professor Atul Manotuki. So they were the other 2 members of the particular panel. Actually, I was a bit reluctant, right? Now, I was a fairly junior member, right? Was reluctant to take up this offer because, those days, yes, professor, of course, was known to me. But again, Mr. Jayasinghe was very senior member, very technical, person. And what I heard of him from my batchmates who were working at EY, right? They used to tell me, the trainees who used to go and get their book signed from him, right, comes out with tears in the eyes. So now I was also wondering now whether to accept this offer, or later on I felt like, okay, no, right, I'll accept it, right? But 𝗏 𝗍𝗶 I met is completely different to the 𝗏 𝗍𝗶 I had heard of. he was so helpful. Right? So the first meeting we had, three of us, the first meeting three of us had, he gave me kind of, there was in the sense until professor comes, actually both of us came a little early, right? He gave me a, kind of a half an hour lecture about the process and, the et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then, thereafter also, actually, we have been working together, in the same exercise for many years, about, 10 to 12 years. He has always been very, very, very helpful. That is why in most of the committees he chaired, I had been his alternate chairman, whether it be education, or the training, or the finance and admin, or, the exemption. Most of the committees he chaired, I had been his alternate chairman. That is basically the relationship both of us, have been having. And thereafter, I got opportunities at the institute, to work in various other committees. I mean, Jayasinga said, don't need to waste your time. And whether it be training, or the member relations, or the examination, annual conference, or the annual reports, etc. But actually, I did not have any intention of becoming a president, of the institute when I started working at the institute, right? Because it was it was kind of the input that we got from the university as well as the firm, right? Professor always used to tell us, okay, the work for others, because as most of you are aware, our students did not basically engage in ragging other students. We always, try to protect us to, in the sense, not only the undergraduates of our department, even others, right? And he used to insist us that, okay, you should help others, right? In whatever the form you can, it can be by, teaching and et cetera, right? And, encourage for us to work in the wider benefit of the society. And then thereafter, once I got into the firm, our senior partner, Mr. 𝗕𝗷𝗆 was in the 𝗕𝗵 UK Council, and Mr. 𝗕𝗺 was in the CA Council, and later on Mr. 𝗵𝗏𝒻𝒃 at CA, as well as AT Councils. I saw that, for them working in the institute and for the profession. So that, was the reason as to why I also thought of getting involved, in the activities on this. They always encourage, why not you go and get involved in institute activities, right? Even though we had, a lot of family commitment and et cetera, we had, that passion and the commitment to go and do some work at the institute. But again, when you continue to work, you get opportunity to become a council member and, go up in the ladder and ultimately become the president of the institute. So that is basically simply, kind of a summary of my journey at Sri Lanka. And especially when I took over as president, as Mr. Jayasinga said, okay, last year, so we all started experiencing a recession, right? And many started, we had to face many new challenges, but again, they are part and parcel of the life and, responsibilities of the position. And especially starting from April, right, when this recession started, many institutions and many individuals started making press releases, right, and notices and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But we felt that, okay, we should do much more than releasing the statements and et cetera, et cetera. So what we did was, okay, we wrote to members of our institute, and some are, because most of the members of our institute are working, in overseas countries and in the local context, in the private and public sector. They have wealth of experience. Therefore, we wrote to our members and requested them to submit us, their proposals to be submitted to the government, for the government to consider, in taking our country out of this crisis. We actually received fairly good number of proposals. What we did was, we, council, so we discussed most of the proposals, reviewed by us and finally summarized and prepared a comprehensive document carrying our proposals. And the proposals were subdivided into short-term, medium-term, long-term. Right? Our proposals of chartered accountants community to the government as to the step that they should be taking, or that they should consider in taking our country out of this particular crisis. So therefore, once it was finalized, we went and made a presentation to the Secretary of the Ministry of Finance and Governor of the Central Bank, and this copy of this particular document was handed over to all leaders of, the leaders of all political parties. Therefore, the steps of this particular nature, were taken for the wider benefit of the society of this country. Because, primarily we have been focusing, on members and the students and the regulators, in the sense we have been working for the well-being of the members, students, and the regulators. But again, last year we felt that okay, no, so we should work a little more, right? So especially at this kind of a juncture, right, for the well-being of the society or the people of this country. That is why we felt that okay, so we produce this kind of a comprehensive document and submit for the consideration of the government. Thereafter, Tishan organized a tax symposium, right, where so a lot of proposals were uncovered relating to the changes that should be made into tax administration system of this country. Once again, we prepared a document and submitted for the consideration of the government. Likewise, several initiatives were taken for the wider benefit of the society of this country, right? And we will also now during the remaining during this year 2023 also, we will be taking many measures for the wider benefit of, as I said, for the members, the students, and regulators, and the general public, and etc. So that is basically in very summarized form what we did. I don't think that I should spend a lot of time wasting your time on briefing what we did. And just to conclude, a couple of things. In a global context, I believe you're aware, and there are many discussions as to whether our profession will disappear, accountancy profession will disappear with the technological advancement. So therefore, apex body of the accountants in the world, IFAC, got a research done to really see whether our profession will be impacted due to technological advancements. At the end of this particular research, the conclusion was that our profession will not disappear due to technological advancement, but again, role played by the accountant will require a significant change in future, right? So it went in to say that at the moment, most of the accountants are basically concentrating on value reporting, but again, going forward, they will have to focus on value creating for corporates, right? So based on this new requirement, what we did was we did the required changes to the curriculum of the institute to ensure that the chartered accountants we produce, right, in future will be able to add value or create value for the corporates. So they will work as co-pilot, drive the business organizations together with all other HODs, or together with all other the divisional managers, and drive the business to create more value for the customers, for the shareholders, for the employees, for the suppliers, and various other stakeholders. Therefore, we'll have to produce a set of people, right, who can create value for the corporate. So therefore, what we did was, as a proactive organization, we made the required changes to the curriculum, incorporating these additional areas to ensure that we produce the product of, or we produce the chartered accountants who can add value, who can create value for the corporates. In addition to that, there are a lot of new discussions happening about ABCD, where many says that okay, the future finance professionals should know their ABCD. As you all know, A refers to artificial intelligence, B refers to blockchain, C refers to cyber security, and D refers to data analytics. It says that we should know artificial intelligence and data analytics and etc. And we should know how to use them to become a better accountant or better finance professional. So therefore, as far as CA curriculum is concerned, we have incorporated theory as well as practice in these areas, to our curriculum to ensure that our future chartered accountants, right, so will know the ABCD. In addition to that, we have organized short courses and the short courses and workshops, for the benefit of our young members who did not have basically, who could not basically study them while they are acquiring this qualification. Now, we organize short courses and the 6 months or 3 months, diploma kind of program for the benefit of young members, for them to upgrade their skills, especially on those areas. Right? And I actually, myself and Haitian, we met Professor Samanthi last January, so at the institute. That was, for us to have a kind of a discussion on our tax awards ceremony. And there, so we basically informed Professor Samanthi that, even the curriculum of our department probably will require a revision, right, incorporating some of these new elements. Because if we continue to produce, if we continue to produce, right, or if we continue to focus on accounting, right, basically technology will take over, and so we will disappear, right? I said, okay, so we need to incorporate all these new elements and produce graduates, right, who can add value, who can create value for the corporates. Therefore, we were suggesting for her, to incorporate certain new elements into qualification. And in addition to that, we also suggested her to include A, B, C, D, etc. To the qualification. And we were told that some of these elements have already been incorporated into the curriculum. We both, myself and Alexander, were very happy, to hear that from Professor Samadhi, but she said, okay, some more will have to be done. And presented to the department, Professor Kennedy is an expert on data and business analytics area. I believe that he will take the appropriate measures to, incorporate certain elements into our degree program to ensure that, so we will continue to produce those individuals who can add value, create value, and take the department's flag high in the corporate world, right? So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I spoke a lot. Let me conclude with, two wishes. I have basically two wishes to conclude my kind of lengthy speech. And the first one is, I wish our founder, Professor ภิක්ඛුමාරච්චි, on behalf of all our alumni members, good health and long life. Second one, my second wish is, so my department, the Department of Accounting, will continue to grow and will continue to be respected and will continue to produce graduates that will be who will be accepted and respected by the corporate world. Thank you very much.
A lot of insights and quite a story, wasn't it? A good one, a good story. Thank you very much, Sanjay, for sharing all of that. Well, the real words in conclusion and the vote of thanks will be proposed by a partner at KPMG Sri Lanka and a member of the Accounting Alumni Association, 𝗙𝗵𝗿𝗶 𝗟𝗏. So let's invite 𝗙𝗵𝗿 to
Chief Guest, Chairman of University Grant Commission, Senior Professor Sampath Amarathunga, Guest of Honor, Mr. 𝗏𝗍𝗶, Immediate Past President of CS Sri Lanka, Mr. Sanjay Bandara, President of CS Sri Lanka, whom we have felicitated this evening, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to deliver a vote of thanks at this facilitation ceremony for Mr. Sanjay Bandara for his prestigious appointment as the 26th President of Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. We are the members of Alumni Association of Accountancy are truly proud of your appointment as the 26th President of Sri Lanka. Mr. Sanjay Bandara is the first alumnus of Department of Accounting to be appointed for this post. You have taken over the leadership of CS Sri Lanka, the premier national accounting body, during the most challenging times in the history of this country. As a member of the Governing Council of CS Sri Lanka, I am fortunate to be a part of your team for executing your vision for the largest professional accountancy body in Sri Lanka. I have seen your commitment, hard work, and passion for the continuous upliftment of the accounting profession and professionals in the country. And you, as the President of Sri Lanka, have taken many initiatives for enhancing the value of CS Sri Lanka qualifications, both locally and globally. Mr. Sanjay also shared his experience in the university. I remember going back to our areas also, so we both of us had the same, studied the same degree and we were the same period, so I remember Sanjay shared a lot of experiences. But something that Sanjay could not share is about his romantic life is university actually, because he is Tanuja and we all know, I'm sure there are evidences in the road about the roads, the benches and the chairs about his romantic love, how he enjoyed the life in the university, a beautiful period, I believe. So that's something Sabin Sanjay has not shared, all others official on has shared. So of course I've been friend for him for many, many years, so more than 2 decades, since 1996 actually. So before I formally conclude this felicitation ceremony, I would like to take this opportunity to extend my sincere gratitude on behalf of Department of Accounting and the Alumni Association to our chief guest, Senior Professor 𝗙𝗵𝗿𝗀𝗍𝗶𝗂𝗏 𝗔𝗰𝗔, Chairman of University of Grants Commission, who despite his busy schedule and an important commitment, graciously accept our invitation to honor us with his presence. Your recognition of Mr. Sanjay Bandara's appointment was clearly demonstrated with your presence here. And I remember that when I went to hand over the invitation, he said he'd definitely be there. He's so interested on there. He has shown a sort of recognition, Mr. Sanjay Bandara, on his appointment, and he said definitely he will attend this event. I know he had other official commitment, but with that he made sure that he's here right on time. So thank you so much and for your presence, sir, and then your wonderful speech. And you talk about importance of professional qualifications along with academic qualifications actually. I, as a practitioner, have noted that you have made sure that exams, both academic and professional exams, are not clash each other. So I think it is important. You also recognize the importance of having a professional qualification along with the academic qualification. I'm sure that's very important point. We create graduates with sort of market demand actually. Thank you for your presence, sir. And then our guest of honor, Mr. 𝗏𝗍 𝗏𝗃, immediate past President of Sri Lanka and the country managing partner for Ernst & Young Sri Lanka and Maldives. Thank you very much for your insightful speech and about your relationship with Sanjay Bandara and how you have contributed to make him who he is today actually. I'm sure you have very long association that I've heard, witnessed it as well. And also both of you have contributed for the education system of Sri Lanka for over 2 decades. I'm sure it has impacted and produced best chartered accountants, best professionals accountants for Sri Lanka and also for the world. Thank you, Mr. Jayasingh, for your wonderful speech. And we are extremely grateful to Professor Upul Subasinghe, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Sri Jayewardenepura, for the support extended to us to conduct this event successfully. We also would like to recognize with gratitude the presence of the Dean of Faculty of Management Studies and all the Deans of the University of Sri Jayewardenepura. I would also like to thank the head of the Department of Accounting, Professor Kennedy Gunawardena, for his guidance in organizing this important event. Thank you for your encouraging words on the importance of recognizing each and every alumni member of the Department of Accounting for the continuous success of the department and also your entitled us in terms of what the department is going to intend to do in the future to create a better graduate from the department and also and also to meet the expectation of the future accountants in the future. Thank you very much for your speech, sir. And we are much grateful for the gracious presence of our special invitee, Emeritus Professor 𝗏𝗏𝗶𝗏𝗃, founder of the Department of Accounting, who pioneered the introduction of academic accounting qualification in the Sri Lankan university system. We all of us recall with great respect your guidance and encouragement to each one of us over many years. And I'm of course that experience. Sanjay explained a lot about it. We remember very much of your guidance. I'm sure it is still in your hearts and in our actions as well. Thank you so much, sir. I convey my heartfelt appreciations to the Vice Presidents, Council members and past Presidents of Sri Lanka, and the Council members of other professional accounting bodies, their representatives for their presence in this wonderful evening. Our special thanks are also due to the members of Sri Lanka and the representatives of all the training organizations for their presence in this felicitation ceremony. We also recognize with gratitude the presence of higher officials of the government of Sri Lanka who play important roles in the activities of the accounting profession in the country and also invitees from all the accounting departments of the universities in the country. So we see the representatives from other accounting departments of all the universities in the country. So this is absolutely, we appreciate your presence here. We highly appreciate the support extended by the Registrar of University and the administrative staff throughout in organizing this event. Your support was immensely useful in the successful conduct of the event. I would like to express my gratitude to all the academic staff and the non-academic staff of the University of Sri Jayewardenepura for their support and encouragement to make this event a success. My sincere thanks to all the specifically to the all academic and non-academic staff of Department of Accounting for invaluable support extended to us, to our organizing committee. Our sincere appreciation goes out to all the alumni members of Department of Accounting who are present today, and also those who join virtually from various countries in the world for the participation physically and virtually. I also raise my words of gratitude to all the alumni members for their generous financial support extended to us in organizing this event. We recognize with deep gratitude their continuous support to the Department of Accounting and the Alumni Association. You are the proud products and the strength of the Department of Accounting and the Alumni Association, and we recognize all your achievements and success with great pleasure and pride. An event like this cannot happen overnight, and it requires weeks of planning, commitment, and attention to detail. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a great team. Our special appreciation goes out to Senior Professor Samathi Senaratne, who provided the leadership to the organizing committee, and all the committee members representing the Department of Accounting of University of Sri Jayewardenepura and also Alumni Association for their commitment and invaluable contributions over 2 months in organizing this event. I also take this opportunity to thank the office bearers of 𝗙𝗵𝗿 and the undergraduates of the Department of Accounting for their support in various activities today and even before. Once again, I would like to thank all the distinguished invitees who grace this occasion with their presence. Your presence reflects the strong bond between the academia and the practitioners of the accounting profession in Sri Lanka. I honestly believe that this strong bond will strengthen the accounting profession in Sri Lanka in the future. Last but not least, a big thank to each one of you who make this event successful and for being with us in this evening. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
So Chamara's words conclude the formality of this event, but the event actually concludes with the national anthem.